Hey Kevin, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, thanks. Thanks for being with us today.
Thank you.
So could you just start by telling us a little bit about what you do here at Microsoft?
Yeah, I'm a technical artist for the Central Media Group, which kind of means I straddle art and programming. I was a computer science major in college, but with kind of a focus on graphics and 3D art and design. So I kind of get the best of both worlds here. I get to do a little bit of both.
That sounds really cool. Were you recruited right out of college?
Yeah. After a couple of internships at other studios in college, I came here the summer after graduating.
Okay, well I have a question from our Twitter community. Could you give our college grads some advice on how they can stand out from the rest of the competition?
Yeah. For me as a technical artist, especially when I was applying for jobs and internships, it was all about the demo reel. And I don't know if everybody's going to be familiar with what a reel is, but it's essentially like a 2 to 4 minute video of the work that you've done. Usually visual examples of kind of cool projects, things outside of class. For the games industry, it'll usually be games that you've made. If you're talking about animation and visual effects, it's usually different projects you've done, animations that you've done. At least when I was applying for jobs, recruiters didn't really care about the grades as much as they did about the demo reel. A lot of the time, they take a look at your resume, make sure that you're actually in college and passing. But beyond that, they'd really skim your resume and go straight to your reel and see if anything there stood out. Because there are thousands of kids with good grades, thousands of kids with a good GPA, and they take hard classes and they learn things in school. But what really matters to a lot of recruiters and studios is what can you actually do for them, and what can you bring to the table that another applicant might not be able to do right out of the box. Like, they want to know that you can show up on day one and actually do something useful instead of only knowing things out of a textbook. So my biggest advice, and something that I still work on every year, is keeping a demo reel up to date, making it kind of as polished as I can, and making sure that puts my best foot forward, because a lot of times it'll probably be the first thing that a recruiter sees after your resume.
Wow, okay, that's really helpful.
Yeah.
What types of things do you think that students could put on those demo reels to make them stand out?
So a lot of the times the things that I ended up putting on my reels were things that I did outside of class. They were things that I did kind of on my own, or I did as kind of an independent project, because a lot of the times class projects have certain constraints that don't really lend themselves to being kind of as polished as you'd want, right? You might only have a week to do it, and you have to finish it for a deadline. So a lot of times I would put on either small games that I've programmed, projects that I had done in programs like Maya or Houdini, little visual examples that kind of showed what I liked to do when I could choose kind of what I wanted to focus on. A lot of the times I would put on projects from past internships, sometimes final projects from class, but a lot of times I would take a final project and then kind of polish it after the class was over, because a lot of the time I wasn't quite happy enough with what I could do in the time constraint that I had. But especially for the games industry, I would say make games, make as many as you can, and make them with other friends, and put those games on your reel. It's pretty awesome when you can show up with a reel, have your interviewer watch it for 2 minutes, and already kind of have a big survey of what you can do.
Kevin, that is great advice. Thank you so much for taking the time. We do appreciate it.
Thank you.
Cool, have a great day.
You too.
Thanks.